Hi everyone, this is Lorraine. So where we left off, Henrika died, just like we thought. And then Marguerite goes and marries, what's his name? Why do I always forget his name? Whatever, the Vandermeer guy. She marries him, and then she kind of just starts living the good life, like going out, like dressing all fancy, and just not being a good mom, you know? She's looking out for her kids because she married the wealthy guy, but I don't know, I think it's more all in her than really caring about her children, because she's buying things for herself, but I don't really feel like she's buying things for them, too. So if she really was doing it for her children, I would think she'd buy her kids all new clothes first, you know, but whatever. So that means Marguerite's out of the kitchen. So that's where Clara, she starts doing all the work in the kitchen. That's where Cinderella's story kind of begins. She starts doing all the work, and it's not because she has to. Marguerite wants her to do, like, some kind of chores, but, she really decided that she really wants to do these chores and be in the kitchen because Marguerite is nowhere near the kitchen, and we don't like Marguerite. Clara and me do not like Marguerite. I think Iris likes Marguerite because she's her mother and she's supposed to, but I think she doesn't really like her either. And Ruth is kind of scared of Marguerite, but not. So, you know, Claire's in the kitchen, she's doing all her chores, she likes it, she doesn't want to go outside in the real world because the real world is scary. It's a scary place out there. She likes to be sheltered. She doesn't like that people kind of like oogle over her and like think she's just so great. She doesn't like it. And you think that's kind of crazy because most people are like, I want to be really pretty, but it seems to be more of a curse than anything else. She doesn't like people. I think at her mother's funeral, I don't remember the guy's name either, sorry, but he grabbed her chin, I believe, and she didn't like that, and she ran to Iris, and Iris is kind of her keeper, and Iris is her protector now, and so Iris kind of has this burden on her, where she has to protect not only Ruth, but Clara too. And she feels bad for Clara because she sees how her mother has been treating her. But at the same time, Clara's kind of a brat. But she's a brat because that's how her parents raised her to be. I don't know. But you'd think that maybe Iris would be maybe not the best person because of how her mother is, but because her mother has treated her so poorly, it's made her more of a compassionate person towards other people. And I don't know. But these two parts are really, really, I don't know, it's like I read these two parts, like just like the first time. I read the two parts, and they're an easy read. Like, I don't have a hard time reading it, but then, like, it ends, part 2 ended, and I was excited because it sounded, like, interesting and fun. And then part 4 ended for me, and now I'm, like, excited again. But, like, the whole time I'm reading it, I feel like this book is too long. I feel like it's too drawn out. I feel like basically what's happening is, you know, like, it could be written in probably, like, half the amount of pages that it took to write this. Some of the stuff I just feel like is useless and I don't need to know about. So Marguerite is married now to the dad, which seems like crazy to me. Like, he'd get married like that soon after. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he did it for his child because he lets Marguerite do whatever he wants to Clara and treat her however he wants to treat her, and she treats her poorly. And if he was any kind of father, he would be a little upset by that. And he does get a little upset by it when he sees his daughter starting to look like a maid. He doesn't want his daughter to look like a maid. I don't think he expected that to happen, so that was kind of shocking. But I don't think he really cares, so I don't know, whatever. So, I'm not really excited about this, and I'm really sorry that I'm not excited about it. But let's talk about it anyway, you know? So they're going to the ball now. They're going to the ball. At the ball, the master shoemaker is going to bring his painting of Clara, the girl in the tulips, because he wants to get commissioned to do a painting of this old queen or whatever she is. And then Marguerite wants to bring her daughters because she wants to have one of her daughters marry the prince, the godson of the queen. I don't know. I'm just not enjoying this. So it's hard to talk about right now. They're going to the ball. I think the only reason I don't enjoy it is because I know that it's supposed to be a Cinderella story. I know that it's supposed to be, like, in comparison to Cinderella. So if I didn't know that, I think I might like it. I don't know. Do you know what I mean, though? But the whole thing about Clara being a changeling, I'll just talk about that. Because you've read it, so you know what happens if you've read it. But the whole thing about Clara being a changeling, I think it's some kind of, like, rubbish that, you know, you don't really remember things when you're... I can't remember anything previous to being 3 years old. So if, like, my parents fed me all this garbage, like, oh, well, you were a very bad child, and you need to stay inside the house, and you need to, we need to protect you. You used to be a very ugly, bad child, and the world is such a bad place, people kidnapped you. I believe that they maybe told her this and fed her this garbage and made her believe that she was this thing that she is not. I think she's just a beautiful child and her parents wanted to protect her. So they fed her all this garbage and she actually believes this garbage. I don't believe she's any kind of mystical creature or anything like that. I think they just fed her garbage and that's it. So let me talk to you about, so I don't believe she's a changeling. I just feel like that they fed her garbage. I see that Casper has a crush on Clara now, too. Like, he thinks Iris is interesting, but he thinks Clara is attractive. So that's, like, he's kind of, like, it's kind of fighting. Like, you can either find someone attractive or you can find them interesting. And I think he finds Clara a little bit interesting, too, but he sees that she's kind of a brat. But he finds Iris very interesting, but I don't think he's attracted to her, because I don't think he would have told her that she was the root of the ugliness of that painting that the master did of her. So that's that. I don't think the master repainted over the painting of Iris. I think that he still has it and it's going to show up somewhere. And I don't know why, but I just feel like he lied to Marguerite. That's all I can think of for right now. I gotta get to the ball part. I like that the glass slippers are coming up. I like that she's wearing a gold gown with lots of bling. I like it. But I want it to end in a manner that I feel like I've accomplished something for reading this book. If I read it and I get to the end and I feel like this was a stupid book, I'm going to be kind of upset. But I don't know. Tell me some things that you think about it. I'm interested. Do you like it? What do you think of Clara? I like Clara. I know that you're supposed to not like her that much because, Iris is supposed to be, like, you're supposed to feel for Iris. And I do feel for Iris, but I feel for Clara too. I feel that Clara is good. I really do. I feel Clara is good, but she's got her guard up. And she's protecting herself. And that's because that's how her parents have raised her to be, is to protect herself. She can't be bad if she's taking care of Ruth. She can't be bad if she is even doing things around the house. She can't be a bad person if she's trying to let Iris go and be in the master's studio. She just can't be bad. And I feel like more bad things are going to happen to her. And I feel bad for her. But we shall see. So, until next time, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.